the really great new features of MyTransactions 2.0 is this thing called tasks, and you have the ability to create your own task lists, and then you can just upload them automatically to every one of your listings. Let me show you what this looks like. So I've got a listing here, 123 Anywhere Drive, and you can see that little completion meter, that red circle. It was looked like about a fourth of the way around. We'll see the exact percentage once we open up the file. So it's 30% complete, and that is driven by, so this is a listing. Here's everything I need to do at the bottom. Everything that I've checked off is already, it moves it to the bottom. So turn in photos to the office. I need to do that for this listing. So I check it, it's done. I've installed the lockbox, I've registered the lockbox online, and this little list here is a generic list that I just made up, but you can create your own templated list and load it on every one of your listings. So you don't have to add each one of these tasks every single time. You just say load my listing checklist for this listing, and you can do the same thing for a transactions. Here is a quick way to create your task lists. So from the home, you're basically going to start a transaction. We're just going to do a dummy transaction here, and we're going to create that task list. So we're going to click the plus sign, and we are just going to call this list my task list. So create the loop, and then it'll obviously will open up the loop, and you can do whatever you want. But all we're going to do here, we're not even going to do a transaction here. We're just going to create all our task lists for a listing. So let's go down to the bottom, add a task. Just click on that, and it's asking for my first task. So I'm just going to use some generic stuff here. So fill out the listing packet. I put that in here, hit enter, and it should go down to the next task. I need to take photos, so I'm going to put that in here. Go down to the next task. I'm just hitting enter once I'm done putting in the task info. So I need to turn in the packet to the office, either submitting it or actually turning in a file. I need to turn in photos to the office so they can upload those to the listing. I need to make sure that I install a lockbox. And if you're not sure the benefit of tasks and lists like this, this is the ultimate stress reliever for those agents that have a lot going on, and you go to bed at night, you're like, I hope and pray I got everything done on my listings that I promised my sellers, and making sure that that listing is getting its maximum exposure, and there's no I'm not missing anything. I'm not dropping the ball. These task lists, you just create it once, and then you get to load it every single time. So I'm just adding in the task. I'm not going to do every single one here, but you get the idea. So you do your complete list. You can click here, and we can rename it. We're going to rename it. Right now it's called My Task. We're going to call My Listing Task Checklist. Oops. So that's done. And now, this is the most important part, is when you click on here, you're going to create a template. So we've already got the list here. Now let's make it a template. So we create a template, and we're going to call it, again, My Listing Task Checklist. Create the template. Now all you have to do is, when you come in here, you click Load a Template, and you can choose that template. And I've got a couple in here. So it was called My Task Checklist. I load that, and it's going to populate all of those. It's going to duplicate it again here because I've already added them here. But every listing you take from now on, you can simply load that checklist. And you can also do that for your transactions, because obviously there's a different workflow for once a property goes under contract, or you write a contract on a property that is not yours. So that is how you can create your own templates. The other thing you're going to want to do is just basically archive that loop now. So click archive, so that loop is gone. We basically just use that loop just to create that checklist, because there is, at this time, there isn't a feature that says create your own checklist without creating a loop. So that is the way to create it.